Good afternoon, families. It is Monday, April 25th, 2022, and it's been a long time since I've done a full weekly vlog. We've just had lots of different things going on Thursdays and field trips and changes, and so thought it was about time to really get back in and find out what's going on. So, number one, in case you had not heard already, masks have gone back to the optional status as of this morning today, Monday, April 25th, 2022, and that's because just as our numbers have dipped then again below for COVID, below 3%, that's kind of where we are. So those are in effect, but as always, I reminded all the students that if you had talked about keeping your mask on at home, to please follow those expectations here at school as well. Other big important news, this week, Thursday, the 28th of April, from 4 to 6 p.m. is open house. You can come into the building, see the bulletin boards, come into our classroom, take a look around. I will be here from 4 to 6. I have my 3D printer, which is kind of just right over there. That's been doing some printing here in the classroom. We've talked a little bit about it, but also just to see you, answer some questions, to chat, see some student work. I'm excited if you have that opportunity, so please, if you can, come and join us. It'll be nice to see some other people in the building. Vlog points just for the week. Well, I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the families for all your flexibility for our 2 back-to-back field trips, which came up pretty quick because of some changes that were beyond our control, and you all rolled quite well with the punches. So thank you first and foremost. I really appreciate it. Second, thank you for our 2 chaperones that were able to join at the Urban Ecology Center, our 1 chaperone, and then who was able to come at our Milwaukee Public Museum field trip just this last week as well. Having chaperones not only gives you the opportunity to see what I get to see every day, just the amazing and awesome and cool things, but you also, it just makes our group smaller and students have a much more rich and in-depth experience. So it's amazing. Moving on, readers have been looking at bigger and bigger books, and you've probably noticed this at home and here in the classroom. We've been looking at, with an emphasis on being the boss of your own reading. So when you get to a hard or tricky word, you don't immediately say, I need help, and what's this word? It's remembering how to go back, reread it, sound it out, use clues, look for things that you know to help figure out bigger and bigger words, because as they are getting to bigger words and chapter books and things like that, they're going to find words that they've heard out loud, but they've maybe not seen spelled. And because some of those bigger words are spelled so weird, that can make a difference. Phonics, we've been talking about phonograms, which is letter groupings that have 1 vowel and a few consonants. Think the word ink, I-N-K, or onk, or ong, or I-N-G. Ing. It's where the vowel has a different sound than it normally would, or it's changed slightly, like a nasally sound. And then some others of those phonograms also have long vowels, like ild, like in the word wild or child, how the I just says I instead of I. So we've been talking about and working on those things in the classroom, and they come up in so many of the books that we read that it's really been super helpful and pretty amazing. In math, we've been doing tons of stuff. We've been talking about all of our coin money from penny up to quarter, identifying it, how much it is, working through and adding those things together. We've been talking about 2D shapes, 3D shapes, and how we talk about them and describe them using attributes like corners and angles and faces and different attributes to that effect. So that's pretty exciting. We use that to then talk about halves of shapes and quarters of shapes to then talk about telling time using an analog and a digital clock. So analog would be like a clock face and the hands, and a digital clock would be like the numbers on a microwave, or like an oven, the microwave clock, an iPad, a watch, where it's just numbers, and equating both of those and telling time to the hour and to the half hour. It's been going fairly well. We even made some clocks just this last week, and we were using them here in the classroom. So awesome. In writing workshop, we're finishing up our opinion writing. So students who are finishing up probably that last little bit of opinion writing, and then we are diving into some bigger and bigger fiction books where students are writing books similar to more what they're reading, which is like chaptery books or longer books that have more detail on the main character. And that's going to pull us into character traits, how characters are on the inside, how they think and feel, and what they look like on the outside, how we would describe them. They're tall, they're short, they've got hair and eyebrows and kneecaps, all those kinds of important things that you write about as a writer. And then that's going to tie that into main idea, what is the story mostly about, and then peer feedback. We're going to come back and round again as students are going to be sharing and working with a partner on what is your book about, how well do I know it, and what can you add in to make it even better. Social studies, obviously, we got to go to the museum, which is our first real big field trip on a big yellow bus. And for some of the students, had never been on a yellow bus and never been to the museum or been on a big field trip like this. So it was pretty major, and it was phenomenal. It was amazing. We took our social studies theme, which was change over time, comparing and contrasting how things were and how things have changed. Cars, schools, books, all of those things. And we got to see the streets of old Milwaukee at the museum, and it was wonderful. And it was really cool to hear what students noticed, and also to kind of talk about what is still changing now, and to start predicting and thinking from like that futurist standpoint, how are things going to look in the future, right? Like when I was in first grade, there was no such thing as a cell phone. The internet had truly barely just been born. And it's amazing to think what these students are going to have by the time they're my age, or even not even my age, even just a few years from now, which is pretty exciting. So that's kind of what we've been doing. We're getting ready for our open house on Thursday, so we're doing a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of spiffing up. We even discussed today that we'll probably get a can of wipes and put some music on and shine up our classroom with a little bit of cleaning and kind of like making it all nice and spiffy for whoever gets the opportunity to stop in. So exciting stuff. It's still getting chilly, so as always, watch the weather. Definitely send like even just a lighter coat or a fleece or something, as when it is windy, it can be chilly. Otherwise, please continue to take care of yourself. Please be healthy, and I will see you in the next vlog. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on where and when you are. Bye.